this anchors my tree into place, and I don't have to worry about it. And I take, and I use really heavy clay mud that I have out in my backyard everywhere. I think everybody has that clay in your backyard. So I kind of mush it really good into the rock. Oh, what's really neat about this stone is if it's kept moist, all of a sudden little ferns will start growing off of it. Moss will start growing on it. I mean, it's kind of neat because next thing you know, you got all this ferns and neat things coming out of it. See, now I don't have to worry about that tree falling off because I've got it anchored down. What's nice is you can do anything you want. If you like what you're doing and you're enjoying it and you think it's aesthetically pleasing to you, it doesn't matter what anybody else says, as long as you're enjoying it and you're having fun with it. And what you see is pleasing to you. So, so that one's good right there. Yeah. And see how I've really gotten it tight to the side. And what's nice is you can find little cracks and crevices that work. But what we're going to do to make it fit a little bit more is we're going to take and cut that little bit. So when it fits in there, it's going to kind of really hug that stone like it's been growing there forever. So now we know that that's not going to stay there all by itself. So that's why another.
Do you ever wire them around to hold them so you can get them in place, temporarily around the rock?
Yeah, I just find taking my husband's screwdriver and doing this just as fast, as I do it. And I love playing in the mud. There isn't anything more rewarding than playing in the mud. I mean, well, we won't say how old I am, but I still like playing in the mud. So it's a lot of fun. And it's just such a rewarding art form that you can almost do anything that your imagination can allow you to do. You can do it as free as you want or as formal as you want. But now that these trees are starting to set, it allows me to do my design further. So now I can enjoy this rough stock and design them into much nicer pieces and still enjoy something that's very immature and not trained. And as you go along, you're training it and you're getting it to develop and stuff like that. Wrong one. Thank you, Martha. Here, you can get that. I think that's the hardest part, is getting the wires around and tight enough. Yeah, this morning I took a big hammer and hammered off the bottom part of this rock. But now you can see how as you go, you just fill in And it's amazing how little soil these plants require. I mean, and they keep living and going and going. They're like little energizer bunnies. They just want to live. And I will keep this in a tray of water, and what happens is the water leaches up into the stone. And if I had a harder stone that wasn't as porous, what I do sometimes is I'll take a bunch of cotton string and I will run it in the mud down into the water, and it just kind of leaches up into the root system, and it just wicks up all the water into your roots. But you can see, and I'll bring the mud all the way down. See, and I can take and put some of the roots in the back on this, and some in the front, so as it starts growing, all of these, you know, you'll have, as the soil goes away, you'll have these big roots going down either side of your stone, and pretty soon it'll be covered with roots, and you'll have, the roots will have gone down into the bottom section. You can see I leave a lot of exposed rock. And then like, okay, we got a nice little spot right there. That's another thing that's really unique about this, is it is such a soft stone, but it doesn't disintegrate. It stays pretty stable. Okay, where's my little guy? Here's my little baby. So I'm really gonna make this up. Fun.
Throw it. What's
So it's, so basically you're making a little scene of all kinds of little things. Mosses, grasses, different plants. But you can see I'll just stick little things in. And as you work, you know, you just try to make it look like it's been there forever. It's amazing how fast they start growing. But you can see how easy and fast it was to do something like this. And then it's just a matter of putting moss around. So it kind of makes it fun. And if you have trouble getting the moss to stick, we'll take a little piece of wire and I'll make a little hairpin, and I'll stick it in at an angle, and it'll hold it in. Well, what do you think, people?
beautiful?
See how, and just fill it full of water or whatever, and voila, you got your own little forest or rock planting. And they're fun. They're fun to do. Just have fun. So you can come up and look at it and